All right, and I just said we are ready, so they have refereed us. We are ready to go. Countdown should be beginning very soon. Like I said, I am super stoked, guys. Today is a huge day for the PTGL. Season 1 is ending. A phenomenal league. We had so much fun. I've watched a ton of games.
Oh yeah, most definitely. This has been an awesome league and series. Can't wait to see what ends up happening in Season 2, but we have the finals going on right here and right now with VP versus LaGTT getting into game number 2 with Bandino currently up 1-0 in that first game. So can Bandino all kill VP? Can VP come back? We're about to find out right now, Hand.
Oh, I cannot wait. Now that I've seen Bandino's style, now we got, ChAnCe, who is an aggressive Zerg. Nurski, hit us with the intros, please, sir.
Yes, indeed. First off, spawning as the Orange Protoss once again, winner of the first match, is going to be Bandino. And his opponent coming in for VP to try and knock Bandino out and tie the series back up 1-1 is going to be ChAnCe.
Yep, and yet again, map is MLG Metalopolis. You got the little supply depot in the bottom, so you really can't wall off there, per normal. And, I mean, really, that's about the only change to this map compared to the Blizzard version. Oh, and you can't spawn in close positions.
Yep, so Bandino just double-checking to make sure he knows it's MLG. ChAnCe confirming that, yes, indeed it is, so Bandino will know not to scout the close position right away, but ChAnCe, oddly enough, is going to send his Overlord over there anyways, maybe just wants to get it into a certain position, and that just happens to be the path that best works for him. So it's going to be swinging that around.
My question to you, Nurski, you're a Zerg player.
Correct.
You're down in this giant clan war, 1-0. What are you thinking?
Honestly, being down 1-0, I wouldn't really change my game plan too much. I think doing a solid type of build, a macro-oriented build, especially on this map, is going to be the best way to go. A big thing for the Zerg player is going to be whether or not he can deny the Protoss from getting on that third base. That third base really plays a vital role, I think, on this map. The gold bases for both players is going to be a little more difficult for them to take, so I don't expect them to be, running straight for the gold as their third. Most players will typically take all these bases on the outer perimeter of the map. So I would hope that ChAnCe is going to go with more of a macro style. I wouldn't want to see him try and do anything too cheesy or desperate at this point in the game, because I just don't think it'd be necessary.
Well, I do agree with you on that, definitely. ChAnCe doing a little extractor trick here to get the extra.
That is actually a standard for ChAnCe. Just the way he does his opening, he actually goes straight up, delays that Overlord to go from 18 of 18, and does an extractor trick to go to 19 of 18 in every single one of his games that I've actually ever seen. So that's just kind of like a standard for ChAnCe. I don't know if it gives him some kind of precise edge or advantage, but it's definitely what he decides to do, and it does look like he is going to be, at least for now, going for that standard macro game. Hasn't even gotten any gas yet, so it looks like he's going to be just focusing on drones, queens, and getting up a good economy in this early game.
Well, I don't blame him at all for that. It's definitely well needed and well deserved. While Bandino is going to do the pretty patented wall off with Mr. Zealot coming out to check in to guard that ramp, and I mean, really, he has got double gas already, so I'm kind of gonna guess we're gonna see definitely early tech out of him.
Could be doing some kind of early tech. This is also indicative of a player who might try and do like a 3-gate expand, or even lately been seeing some players doing more of a 4-gate expand style, where they do a 4-gate with a lot of sentries, but they don't cut probe production. So they might try and pressure, but really their goal is just to be safe against those Roach Bling all-ins that a lot of Zerg players have been doing since Idra made it so popular in the IPL Season 1. So,
look, Bandino's taking out the supply depot at the bottom of the ramp.
Yeah, that supply depot just gets in the way later on if he wants to actually, build any kind of walling or anything like that. So it's always good just to get that out of your way if you're a Protoss or Terran player right away. It won't matter for the Zerg player. He could destroy it later on if he wants to put a building down there, but much less likely.
Yep, and ChAnCe is just getting this rock and roll economy going.
Yep, if we do look at the harvesters, currently 27 to 23 harvesters. ChAnCe with speed just about to finish, has not put down any kind of Roach Warren or anything like that, so it definitely doesn't look like we're going to be seeing any kind of a Roachling all-in. I think a lot of players learned from watching the last MLG that for, in large part, a lot of Pro Toss players actually have that build somewhat solved. So we do have Bandino actually going for a kind of a pseudo 3-gate expand. Isn't going to get the 3 gates up first and expand. Actually going to put them both on the low ground and then the Nexus, which is going to create a nice wall off here. Can easily force field to keep Lings out of his base. I actually do like how he has this set up quite a bit. Very smart
I love
setup.
this wall off. As a Pro Toss, you gotta love your big beefy buildings up front.
Oh yeah, definitely. It does make it a lot harder for Zerg to counter in with some kind of pressure or anything like that. I mean, especially with those Roachling all-ins becoming so popular, it's a very smart move. And interestingly enough, we have 3-gate and then a Stargate going up for Bandino. So maybe some pressure from some Phoenixes and or that Phoenix Void Ray combination coming up for Bandino here. And ChAnCe currently has no idea, doesn't actually even have an Overlord in position to scout Bandino's base. I honestly
his Spidey sense is tingling because that Evo chamber just went down.
Yep, is getting the Evo chamber down. Might just be his timing for the Evo chambers, to be totally honest. Anytime you're playing against Protoss, the earliest you can have to deal with DTs is around that 7-minute to 7.5-minute mark is when the DT shrine will go up. And then the DTs will get to your base somewhere just shortly after that, unless they have a proxy pylon. But ChAnCe being very active about scouting all over the map now that he does have speed for any kind of proxy pylon type of stuff. But I really can't stress how much I think ChAnCe should have an Overlord somewhere near the base of Bandino, because right now he could be sacking one in to try and get some scouting information, because ChAnCe largely at this point in time, if we look at the vision here, is playing pretty blind. He saw the front a little bit, he saw that expand, but other than that has no idea what Bandino actually has going on in his base and is about to get a rude awakening possibly from this Void Ray.
Yeah, now we have the Phoenix on the way. ChAnCe going for a quick Infestor Pit, so I don't know if he's rushing to Hive or if we're just going to see, good old Infestor play.
Might be going Ling Infestor here. That style has been becoming more popular, but more importantly for ChAnCe right now, the problem is going to be that it is looking like this third is going to get denied. Does not have creep spread to this, so odds are he will actually be able to pick off this expansion easily. Here comes.
And what is this Queen doing?
This Queen actually should turn around. It's going to easily get picked up by the Void Ray. Now it's going to get picked off. The second Queen's not going to get there in time to save it. It's going to lose probably both of these Queens. Now this could actually end up being pretty terrible for ChAnCe, but he doesn't have another lift, so he's going to have to be careful. Here comes that second Phoenix, lifts up the other Queen, and now both Queens are going to undoubtedly end up dying to this Void Ray Phoenix combination. And there goes down the second Queen. Now he's going to be refocusing on the hatchery. More Queens on the way, but only one Queen actually out. No creep to that third. ChAnCe is probably going to have to cancel this third now before it completes unless he wants to lose it. Is he going to actually let it finish? Yes, he does actually let it finish, so now he is probably going to undoubtedly lose this third base. Here comes another Queen, but I don't think it's going to actually even be able to take on this Void Ray by itself. Here comes some Infestors. He really wants to save this third, but 50 hit points, and it is going to go down. Does get the fungal growth on the Void Ray there, but now the Queen's getting lifted.
And he's got fungals on the Phoenixes too, so...
Yep. ChAnCe is going to be trying to clean up these Phoenixes, but they've essentially done their damage quite a bit already. And ChAnCe is now going to be taking an emergency expansion to the gold, maybe feeling that he is a little bit behind. If we look at the base of Bandino right now, we do see he does not have a lot of ground forces because he has been focusing on these air units. But now ChAnCe is going to be playing a little bit from behind, but Bandino does not have his third started just yet. We do have this Overlord pooping out the creep all over his base, so he's going to have to remove this Overlord before he can actually take that base. And now ChAnCe even double expanding, taking that expansion to his third once again. So a very brave play by ChAnCe. We look at the Harvesters. ChAnCe is ahead in Harvesters, but here we go. That Void Ray trying to deny this third once again. But here comes a whole bunch of Infested Terran. And I'm not sure Bandino's actually looking. These Infested Terran just absolutely roll over that Void Ray. Now shooting at the Phoenix. It looks like Bandino just now realizes what's going on and gets those Phoenixes out of there. But he has lost his Void Ray. If we look at the units tab really quick, we do see he does not have another Void Ray anywhere on the map. So just these Phoenixes now, which are not going to be able to get a whole lot done.
Phoenixes with some more... Oh, boy.
Yep, those Infestors are just about out of energy, though, so they are going to have to back away, or these Phoenixes could lift and do quite a bit of damage to them. That renewed third going up, and that pseudo-third, I guess I should say, at that gold is coming up, but it looks like Bandino's going to be pushing out, wants to press his advantage to get this back behind this.
Sorry, he's going to DT Shrine again. Are we going to see the same play out of him from last time?
I think we might. Only a little bit of a difference is that Stargate, but here he goes pushing into the third. Infestors and Lings for ChAnCe does have enough for at least one fungal growth. Does he have enough for another? Does not actually have enough for another, so is throwing down a whole bunch of infested Terrans. Wants to see if he can try and hold his third. More Lings streaming in here. Roach Warren also going up for ChAnCe. Those infested Terrans can actually do quite a bit of damage to these, but they are actually out of range behind those force fields. Very good force fields. Third does get picked off there once again. And now those Lings trying to be force fielded off. Do pick off a couple of units here. Bandino is losing a bunch of units to this. Loses all of his sentries. Just those 6 Stalkers remain. One a little bit damaged. Now those infested Terrans are going to die. That Queen, poor Queen, all by herself, just chilling out at the gold base. But he does have this other base up now. A couple of Phoenixes are harassing, though. That Queen trying to shoo them off. Here comes some more Infestors for ChAnCe. That third is now up as well for Bandino. And that Dark Shrine is just about to complete hand. 4 gateways over here near the main. And then a 5th gateway down here, so 5 gateways total. The Stargate even has robotics bay down, so he could begin Colossus production if he so chooses. And now here goes those DTs to try and help him secure that third.
Now, my question is, does ChAnCe have any Overseers? I don't see them.
He has none. He has exactly 0 Overseers, so these DTs could be doing quite a bit of damage.
But you have Fungal, and Fungal does hit cloaked units, so...
Yes, if these DTs stay as clumped up as they are, the Fungal Growths definitely could be used against them, but will he actually see them? Here comes the DTs running right past the Infestors. Infestors don't even see them, and going straight into the base. Is going to be splitting them up now between the mineral lines. ChAnCe has no idea that they're there. Does manage to see one of them. Throws a Fungal Growth down, but now we do have 2 in the mineral line over here. We have 1 in the main, killing all of his drones in the main. Look at the income tab really quick. It's 66 and dwindling now. Less probes, or harvesters I should say, than his opponent. Getting a Fungal Growth down on these. 1 Roach out. 1 Brave Roach. Does manage to take out those DTs. Still has a DT running around in his main though. Now going after the Queen. ChAnCe is going to have to clean up his DT or it's just going to run amok in his base. Here comes those Infestors. Does have 1 Overseer up now. Does have even a 5th base up, so he is on 5 bases now. Fungal Growth goes down and now should easily clean up that last Templar. Does go down. But now we do see that Bandino is income-wise just barely in the lead by 2 Harvesters. More Void Rays on the way. We have the Armor level 1 on the way as well. Does have the 1 attack upgrade. So
and here comes 4 more DTs into the gold, but there is a spotter there.
Yeah, but that's going to go down extremely quick hand. Transfuse going down. Might be the emergency transfuse that I needed. 2 more Spore Crawlers on the way. Picks off one of those DTs. Going to go after these other 2 DTs. Queen just barely manages to survive with 30 hit points, but we do have 1 DT left. In the mineral line, still creating a lot of havoc. Needs to pick that off. No detection, though, with these forces. Does have an Overseer, but not with the army. So he does pick off a couple more drones. If you look at the income tab, 56 to 68. So this Dark Templar harassment more than paying for itself. Now we have even a Void Ray coming in to try and harass ChAnCe and keep him down in his base. Couple of Infested Terran going up. Gets off another Fungal here. Is going to try and pick off this Void Ray with these Infested Terran. Void Ray down to 5 hit points and does go down. A couple of Phoenixes sitting over here.
I really like this. Now, what is he doing with the Phoenixes? I'm kind of looking at those going, there's Phoenixes up in the top corner. Are you just waiting? Oh, nope, there he goes. He found them.
Yep, it's going to go back in and try and harass these Phoenixes. There is a Spore Crawler, though, so he's going to have to be a little bit careful. Spore Crawler's down in most of ChAnCe's bases now, except for this middle base. So the Phoenixes, I should say, are going to do a whole bunch of damage here. Potentially, and even getting his 4th up in the meantime down here at the bottom of the map. Looking back at his base, he has an Immortal up here. Most of his ground force is actually at his 3rd. Bunch of Stalkers, no Blink just yet. So just a very, very large amount of Stalkers and Immortals getting pumped out for him right now. No Colossus actually on the field just yet. Trying to make use of that Dark Shrine.
Well, that's okay, because here comes ChAnCe, and this is a lot of Roaches and a ton of Infestors.
Yep, we're about to find out if the DTs did do enough damage to ChAnCe, as ChAnCe is now maxed and is going to be pushing into the 4th of Bandino, so Bandino is going to have to potentially try and defend here. Fungal Growth going down on those Stalkers. Fungal Growth does a lot of damage to these Stalkers. You see right there, no shields left on almost any of the Stalkers.
Feedback on one of the Infestors.
Yep, a bunch of them going down. Did feedback one of the Infestors, but most of the Infestors do still have a ton of energy. That High Templar does go down. A couple more Zealots getting warped in, but no extra High Templar. ChAnCe is pushing in here. ChAnCe could actually break this and win the game right here. A couple of Lings come in to track these last remaining Stalkers into his 3rd, and Bandino could actually be going down here. Forces over here cleaning up the 4th. Forces cleaning up the 3rd. Bandino is done. Did not get quite enough done with that Dark Templar. Has to stop ChAnCe from maxing out. ChAnCe being extremely resilient in that game with his macro, getting up that strong army, and then making Bandino pay for the tech play. What an excellent game, ChAnCe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And no, ChAnCe is putting the fun in fungal growth there. I'll tell you what. He was fungaling everything we saw, and God knows everything. So, I mean, we're going on to Game 3. Yet again, guys, always going to throw it out there. PTGL Season 2 is happening now. Sign up. Get your team in if you are watching. We'd love to see you guys there. Trust